Good morning, it's Sunday morning and at the moment the weather is fine, so hubby and my son is just putting the gazebo up. Today I've got this t-shirt on. You may have seen me wear this last summer in some of my videos, but I didn't actually include it in my clothing haul, but I've got this on, and this is quite an old one, but it's a favourite of mine. And then I've just got my 3/4 jean shorts on and my white clogs. And I did actually break into one of my new pyjama sets that I bought after the summer last year from Pep & Co. I only paid £5 for these on clearance. It is the longer pyjamas, but they're quite thin, and this Donut Wake Me Up. And I only paid £5 for this, but sometimes I prefer the longer pyjama bottoms and t-shirt and not have the quilt or anything on. It's just that even sometimes in the heat I still can get, cramp. So sometimes I just like those. Sometimes I wear shorts and t-shirt, it depends. So that's my PJs. And as far as I know, hubby is sorting the garden out because I think it might be breaking up tomorrow, I'm not sure. So there he is down there with the gazebo. He's putting the half moon tent up. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping our granddaughter is coming today. So I know you can social distance and have some visitors in the garden, so putting the gazebo up to give some shelter from the sun, gets too warm, and the half moon tent. And then I know she's got a owl little pop-up tent as well, and probably have a kitchen out there. Yeah, so that's what we're planning anyway. So I'm going to get on and hopefully you'll follow us on our day. Right, so hubby's just getting the barbecue ready. It's our first barbecue of the year, isn't it?
With this barbecue.
And the other one, caravan one, because it was March time, wasn't it? It was still a bit cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's our gas barbecue, and getting stuff organised. We've got plastic cutlery, napkins, paper plates, and we've got these containers for the fries and for the burgers. So everything's going to be disposable. And then our granddaughter, her mum and dad are quarantined over there, aren't they? So they can sit over there, and they've got the shelter and they've got the gazebo. And we will be over there on the deck with the tab and chairs, because we're slightly older than them, aren't we? Just a tad. So I don't think, if I get down on the floor, I don't think I'll get back up, will I?
No.
So yeah, so as I say, we've got the gazebo up there, so everything is sorted. She might even sort her fairy garden out as well. But yeah, I've got her a lot of her outdoor toys out, and she's got her baby dolls there, and so everything can be I can put gloves on and wipe everything down after she's finished with it. And she's got her bubbles over there, so yeah, and a few bits that she hasn't played for a while, and I've just put a blanket and cushions in there, so it just makes it a little bit comfy, doesn't it, for them to sit. So I've put bin there, and obviously we can just empty that has and when into the main bins. So I think we're pretty much there. And as I said, I was going to bring her kitchen out, but I might leave that for a fact, because I think we've got enough pieces out here at the moment, because I don't know whether I'll be up to giving the dining room a good clean after they've gone, because I think it's going to take a while to pack all this up.
I'm going to sit down and have a drink now.
Yeah, I think I will as well. Okay, our visitors have left. We had an amazing time. Obviously, I couldn't film due to privacy and everything, but yeah, I think we're all tired now. Zapped energy. We have been sort of tidying the garden up, has and when, but it got so hot out there. In fact, this evening it seems warmer than it was actually earlier on. Yeah, our granddaughter was really good. She thought we made it sort of a game, and she's really good, and she was pretty good at social distancing. There was a couple of times, you know, and we tried to make a game of it and say, stop. Do you know what I mean? Or slow down, because obviously running around the garden and you know, seeing us and everything, I thought she'd be very reserved, but no. If it's to do with food and drink, it's always Grandpa. And anyway, and also I said which slab she could stand on, so she was that distance, but obviously also because of the barbecue and the cooking, I think, because we did all the cooking, we sort of camped out. We was out there quite early on in the day anyway, as you've probably seen. So we spent a whole day out there. In fact, me personally, I spent the last 2 days basically near enough outside. I did make sure, you know, not to stay in the heat too long in the sun. And yes, I wear a lot of suntan cream, and afterwards suntan lotion. I mean, after sun and things like that. Sometimes I wear a cap. Especially if I'm going to be working outside for any length of time. But with the sun, you can sort of follow it, or wait till it's gone off a little bit before I do that bit. Like we get the sun first thing in the morning right in the front of our home, and then by afternoon or lunchtime-ish it sort of comes round, if you know what I mean, and that's when it gets the hottest. So afternoon, evening time, it is get hot, and then in the front it's obviously more shaded and cooler. So I try and work it that way round. So yeah, it just amazing time. Put gloves on, wiped everything down. The only thing is, bless her, she knows us, and she had a little, I didn't have the kitchen out, but she did have a little plastic tea set out, and I constantly, as soon as that comes out, especially if it's nice like this and we're out in the garden, she wants water. So we did give her a bowl of water, and consequently is, yes, everything got wet. Didn't mind water. There were obviously a couple of things move out the way, like the parents know, phones and everything. It started off her making cups of tea out of water and things like that, but somehow, I don't know, it ended up her throwing the cups of water and that. I mean, they're only little cups, at her parents and things like that. Yeah, she looked at us and she, as if to say, oh, here we go. But no, she was really good. I think Daddy got most of it, but by the time I left, I think a lot of stuff was dripping wet. But beans, it was nice, it dried really quickly. So I have got a mess in my dining room. Don't think it's going to get cleared tonight. We're going to have a movie night, I think, tonight. And I'm going to do, because we had barbecue, I'm doing like a ploughman's lunch. We've got cheese, cooked ham. I've got coronation chicken, pork pie and things like that. So that's what we're going to have more later, tea, supper. So we're going to get all our baths in. Yes, I do have a bath practically every night and freshen up. Yes, so as said, this evening it's got warmer and warmer. It seems more warm than it was actually early on, as I said. I did get my nails painted, and here's the colours, and yes, I'll show you a close-up of those. I've taken a break. My son's got the day off today, so he's gone to do a little bit of gaming. He's got the full fan on upstairs. I found it too warm upstairs, but as I said, that's like the lounge one. It's quite powerful, so it keeps cool. Hubby is just through there. He's napping. I'm trying not to. I really want to just lay out on the sofa, because being leather, it's quite cool at the moment. With having the umbrella up, that big black one, it has actually kept the lounge cooler. And I was thinking about it and I thought, do I dare try and keep going? And that's why I thought, oh, come on and do this little natter to try and get some sleep tonight. I had about 5 hours last night. But yeah, once I'm awake, it's sometimes very difficult for me to go back off to sleep. And sometimes, you know, when it gets closer to the alarm going off anyway, I think half of me thinks it's not really worth going back to sleep, because I'll end up with a muggy head if I try and go back to sleep. So it's a bit hit and miss with my sleep patterns, but I'm thinking about going back into you know, jotting down notes, my sleeping patterns and everything, and you know, and see how that goes. And yeah, so I did have a little envelope come from Amazon. It's just here. So it is actually, being it's Sunday, it's nice, isn't it? I didn't think these were going to come actually until the end of this coming week. And I have got some planner stickers. I'm trying to think how much they were. I think it came to about £11. It was free delivery. So it was free delivery if it was £10 and over, so it must have been just over £10 for the 3 lots. As I said, I got really short of planner stickers, so I was so happy to get these. And again, I'm going to turn the phone round so I can give you a closer look and go through these. So for 3 packs, just over £10 I think they were, so I didn't have to pay for delivery charge, which was really good. So I'm going to share these. As I said, I am still tidying bits up. Hubby's taken the gazebo down in a bit, because even his, although he's napping at the moment, he was tired as well. And also I thought I'd take this opportunity, as you probably know, yes, there's a lot here. I've got all my organisation things here. Again, I'll give you a closer look. I've got my goals. This is my scribble down pad, and I keep that in that sort of goldy letter and paper rack on my desk. That I try and make sure I use that rather than a lot of notelets and bits of paper, so you know, I know when I've written down it's all in one place. Things to do today, I've said about this one, I think it was £1.49 from Home Bargains, and I really wish I picked another one up because I love the colours of that. Meal planner. This, again, I'll show you a close-up. Again, I did show you it. This was from Poundland. That's because I thought I might do my planning of my meals while I'm cooling down. And obviously this folder is what I jot notes down, mostly to do with YouTube and any ideas I have. Then I've got my good old planner here, and that's this week's. So it's Monday the 15th to Sunday the 21st. This is where I would normally, if I haven't already put anything in, this is where I would write down any appointments and anywhere I need to go and things like that, and everything I want to do. But yeah, you might think, then again, I don't work, and obviously with, do I call it semi-lockdown now? And I'll go back onto that in a minute. And I've just got a little more, talking about notelets, just a little notelet that's just got the names of the nail polishes. I did use that magnifying glass. Finally found out where the colour is on these. As I said, that pink one someone asked about, I still couldn't find anything on that one, but I might have to have another look. You might just sort of glossed over it. So that's, I thought I might just go through that all briefly, since it's so warm. Said I couldn't do a lot of filming while our visitors were here. Share my nail polishes and share my planner stickers. So I'm just going to turn the camera around so you can have a closer look. First of all, the nail polishes, and this is the colour. I told you that I go through stages of mint green. It doesn't look bad with the top, but you probably find that very often I will wear clothing along with what colour nails I've got. And this is one of my sort of summer colours that I like to use. These are both, this is the Makeup Gallery Time to Shine Quick Dry Nail Colour. And these are both from Poundland. As I said, I don't think their nail polishes are actually too bad. Now, I will stipulate these I've had for a while. I presume they will still have the colours. As I said, I'm trying really hard not to buy any more nail polish this year. That was one of my sort of goals. So the colours we've got is, this one is, if I get this right, is Precious Gold, and I believe it's number 35. That's what I've used as the top coat. And this one is Spearmint number 19. Don't quote me but on the numbers, but I'm sure that's what it said, because it, I mean, it's such, I don't know whether you can see that, it's such short small writing, so I've got my sort of magnifying glass out. So that's those colour, and I do, as I said, like some of these, and then put like a clear glitter sort of coat on top just to protect it. And say that's how the colour is turned out, and it's just got that little sparkle. Yeah, I've done that because my nails look to stay after I did the gardening, but that's something else that's going to come on planning, because obviously I want to do bits in the garden, done my nails, so you might notice my polish will be changing quite a bit. I'm trying all the different colours as well, due to the fact that I don't wear a lot of makeup, wear a bit of lippy, but I do like to put nail varnish on, and so that might be changing every few days, especially if I end up doing cleaning and gardening, even though most of the time I do wear gloves when I'm gardening to a certain extent. So that's those. So I just wanted to, and as I said, I did have my little ice cream note lit there so I could tell you what the colours were. I have got my constant water bottle here. I've been drinking a lot of water. I do still drink a little bit of Pepsi Max because of the caffeine, and due to the fact that I can't go cold turkey because I'll end up with really bad headache and migraine. Right. Back to planner stickers. Now these are the 3, and I got, as I say, got these through Amazon. They're the Essentials range. So I've got borders and frames. I've got She Believed She Could, Wake Up, Kick, Repeat. So I'm going to open these up because it's not so easy looking at them up on the, you know, laptop, because you can't see them very well. It looks like, yeah, these are from originally, because it's got $5.95 US, and it looks like, yeah, American company. But as I said, I got these from Amazon. So let's have a look at the first one. I love these. I think these are gorgeous. So as I said, this is the Borders and Frames planner stickers. And I'll quickly show you these because these are absolutely gorgeous, especially when I come to do my planner, especially for the next month, July. So that's that one. And we got, you know, little borders. Just know I do like putting my borders in. Well, this is why I specifically chose this one. I like that one. Work hard, dream big, stay humble. It's a good day to have a good day. Then we've got this one. Be happy, be kind, be brave, awesome dream, create. Good vibes only. The best is yet to come. Follow your heart. So, and then we got that one. And these. Say, I'll probably go through these again when I do my planner. Do more of what makes you happy. When it rains, look for rainbows. Be the reason someone smiles today. Strive for progress, not perfection. That's a good one for me, actually. There is something good in every day. I do like to put it quite positive. They're quite pretty as well. And then quickly show you these. So I haven't got an expensive planner. I had thought about, is this the second or third one I've had actually, of considering having one of these planners that you can buy all the pieces for. But again, because I don't work, it's keeping the costs down. So that's the first one. And I say, I think I'm really pleased with these. So I'm really happy with that one. So that's Border Frames Planner Stickers by Essentials. So let's deal with the next one. This one is She Believed She Could. Again, from America, but these are just right, so they should fit in my planner really well. And as I said, I did say that I'd run out of stickers, you know, with quotes. Stay humble, work hard, be kind. This is the beginning of anything you want. Live for the moments you can't put into words. Excuse me, I have to go. Excuse me, I have to go. Be awesome. So as I said, I do. Never apologise for who you are. I think that's another one for me, actually. I'm always apologising, as you probably know. You know, I'm not perfect. And sometimes I say you can get judged, and that was something I was afraid of as well, especially when I keep apologising for my dirty paintwork and it needs painting and everything. But I keep saying what you see is what you get. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Stay positive. Actually, I can. Good vibes only. I think this is a really good pack, actually, if you want positive quotes. So let's just go through those. She turned her carts into cans and her dreams into plans. Now, I love that. I might actually do something with that one and put it up there, because I think that one's really good. So I'll quickly show you these. I think this one's, I did well, actually. I'm going to quickly flip through these because I'm not sure how interested you are, but as I said, I think these are brilliant. So that's the second one, She Believed She Could. Some of these might be similar, I don't know. Wake Up, Kick, Repeat, Planner Stickers. So let's look at these. Impossible is just an opinion. Get up, dress up, show up, and never give up. You will never have this day again, so make it count, especially, you know, with lockdown and everything. So we're in a semi-lockdown now, from tomorrow, I understand. So believe in yourself and you will be unstoppable. I do apologise if I may have repeated any of these. That's a good one. Turn a setback into a comeback. If you need that little bit of motivation or something, you know, this is probably a good thing, even if you just put them in a notebook, or, you know, if you keep a diary. If plan A fails, this is another one for me. If plan A fails, remember there are 25 other letters. Yeah, because very often me and hubby would go, we've got plan A, plan B, plan C, and possibly even plan D, especially when we don't know what weather is like, and say we're away or something, and you know, you have your plans, don't you, but you have to take into consideration weather. So I'm just going to quickly flick through all these now, but as I say, having a bit of a natter because I'm having a bit of cool down at the moment, and some more of the borders there. Yeah, I am absolutely pleased with these, and I think that is a really good purchase. And yes, see, I'm not sure if they had any more to this set. So I ordered these, and I say £10 and over you get free delivery, which makes sense. Things like that, because I know I've wanted some of the other planner stickers, but unfortunately they run too expensive. Right, so I hope I'm not boring you, but say I'm having a cool down time and I need to do some planning. So there's my life planner, and let's have a look. I don't want to show some of them, so that's this week's. Now, this is where people probably think, well, you've got a lot of folders and books, but I do find doing it this way, my anxiety is under control. I don't have panic attacks, especially before lockdown, you know, making sure that I had all my appointments listed. I knew where I had to be, I knew where I was going, things like, especially if it's somewhere I hadn't been before, you know, allowing time, because obviously transport and everything like that. The only problem is with coming up to this coming week is I've got a lot of plans. It's all down to how I'm feeling on that particular date, but also it was supposed to be tonight, possibly tomorrow. We are going to be in for thunderstorms, rain. Don't think the temperature's dropping that much, so this is an awkward situation. So I might have to have plan A and plan B. Plan A is hopefully getting more pieces done in the garden, especially the front, trying to cut that back a bit, because we've got all the bark now, we've got the membrane and everything. We want to get some of the weeds and foliage up, just so that we can get that sorted, but some of the slabs are going to have to come up. Yesterday when I was doing the gardening, I did what I could. I try and do about 20 minutes of cutting back and weeding, but due to not doing it the previous weekend and with the rain, it sort of didn't get completed, and not back to square one, but it was getting back, and I like sometimes to do a little bit at a time. But I do what I can and leave the harder sort of manual work for the guys to do, because there's some roots, like the big one that I was cutting back down, the slabs have got to come up, and then one or both the guys that have got to get the roots up. So more manual work sort of thing. So this is where it's going to come: plan A, plan B, working outside and working inside. Also, if the weather does hold, which I think it's going to be a bit of hit and miss, although it's going to stay warm, it's the time of day as well. It's like tomorrow, our walk path leads to eventually to a primary school, so any work that I would start would have to be sort of maybe 9:30. I don't like to do it too early, but because obviously social distancing as well, especially if I'm up by the hedge, I try to be careful because I don't want, especially when it's hot, I don't really want to wear a mask all the time to be in my front garden. So this is where I would normally jot down what I want to aim, but as I said, it might be a case of seeing what the temperature is and what the weather's like from day to day. That one is just mostly YouTube and any ideas for videos or anything I might want to mention, or if I have a comment, and although even if I've replied, it might be something that I want to incorporate, maybe a more lengthier answer or something, then I will jot it here. Then I will cross it out once I've mentioned it on one of my, videos. So, most of the time I will answer it anyway, but it might be brief and then go into more detail. So that's mostly that. This is my meal plan. This is what I want to sort out at the moment. Again, weather-wise, because the guys know that I try and plan my weekly menu. Winter time can be a lot easier in one respect, because it's like roast dinners, casseroles, stews, hearty foods like that. When it starts getting warmer, especially if it gets really hot, the guys don't want something too heavy, but on the other hand, I like to get it something that's quite filling, due to the fact that they are on the feet all day and they both work long hours, so it's finding that balance. They are evening eaters, I must admit, even though I pack them up, as I said in my Iceland video, that I do pack them up snacks, sandwiches, and my son sometimes takes a pasta and things like that, so they've got plenty of food for like breakfast, breaks, lunch. Hubby doesn't get an afternoon break, which he can have drinks, especially, I think, I don't know, I don't want to go into too much and I don't want to get anybody into trouble, but when he works extra in the evening, I think he's entitled to officially a break. I don't know if it's 4 hours or something, but after lunch, normally they're finished for the day within that sort of time limit, so they used to have an afternoon break, but they stopped that. But anyway, let's get off that because that's off topic. So that one I'm dealing with. That one I'm dealing with things to do today, and that one is one that I keep scribbling on. I think this was a Poundland one, and as I said, don't they look nice? You see, those sort of things look nice out, and they don't look cluttered, and they're just pleasing. And if you get something like that, I find, me personally, I will use them and I'll keep more organised. So that's more of my scribble pad, as I said, or anything that I'm thinking of or want to dwell on, rather than have lots of bits of paper and everything. But at the moment, before I go into planner mode, is things to do today and the meal planner. Now, I might turn the filming off for a moment while I do this, and then share it afterwards. This may change though, due to the fact, depending on weather, as I said, if it goes cooler, then I might incorporate a roast dinner. Usually at some point once a week we do have a roast dinner with roast potatoes, mashed potatoes, all the veg, the trimmings, the Yorkshire puddings, I don't know. Got out of the habit of having it on a Sunday. I know it used to be a Sunday roast, and I know my mum always does that. But sometimes Sundays used to be the day we used to go out, so we used to want something, fairly easy and quick. So I'm going to do my meal planner, and I'm going to do my things to do today. but instead of putting the day up and the date, I am just going to write down here at the moment things I want to accomplish. It might go into a couple of days actually, for the whole week. Things I want to you know, sort of get done. But again, if it's going to be nice, I want to obviously work outside as much as I can. But if it's too hot or feeling a bit unwell, it needs to be some things where I'm sitting down or inside when I can have the ceiling fans on, if that makes sense. So I'm going to get that done now. Right, meal planner. Now I haven't filled it completely in, just to the fact that I'm the only one home all day. So I've only really done the main meal. Now, the main meal I filled it in for the whole week, although if everybody happens to be at home, which is not very often, then the main meal may end up being at lunchtime. Now, I have certain systems in place, and yes, they work. Before I even start incorporating anything else, which I don't want to bombard myself with, which may look like lists, but the lists I use I find helpful. And do apologise if you can hear the washing machine in the background. I'm just washing a blanket. Yeah, so I want to, and I've said this before, I want to concentrate more on the guys packing up. I want to try and change them up a bit. But I feel as though I want to wait more for when the full lockdown is over, so that I can have my walk as I used to, and then go and get fresh produce, if that makes sense. I do prefer Iceland, and I know there was a comment about shopping at Lidl. No, Aldi. I think it was Aldi actually, not Lidl. And to tell you the truth, Aldi is not near us. There is an Aldi. I haven't been for about a year and a half. If hubby happens to be having time off, or we tend to try them all out when we're away on holiday, you know, Lidl, Aldi, Morrison, Sainsbury's, Tesco's, all these sort of things, especially if we're away any length of time, a week, 2 weeks, we try all those sort of things then. I tend to stick with Iceland, one, because you can see how much your basket costs, although I can usually judge it how much my shopping's going to come to, because I do have certain items regularly, but then I like the stall for fresh veg and fruit. Christmas time is the main time hubby has time off. That's the time more than likely I may not have my food delivered, and we will try those sort of places. Lidl is closer, and I don't mind Lidl, and some of the stuff's great, but the only problem I've had is if I want to top my freezer up, it does cause a few problems, because I found their freezer compartments either lack the variety, and don't get me wrong, brilliant for fresh stuff, and that's why I want to use Lidl more when the full lockdown is over, because I like going there. It is in walking distance, and I can go in there and get fresh produce like bakery and everything, and fruit, veg and that sort of thing. But the freezer side of it, not so much. And we have been and gone to do a full shop and couldn't get certain stuff for the week to top our freezer up, and then ended up having to go to Iceland anyway, if that makes sense. I prefer to do it the other way around, have my freezer stuff delivered by Iceland, and then I walk somewhere to get the fresh produce. But obviously with the semi-lockdown at the moment, still got to be careful, and it has gone to pot a bit over what's been going on. So I'm hoping that makes some sense. Did use Morrison's for their family fresh meat box, and that worked out really well, and we enjoyed that. So I've only sort of filled in this segment at the moment. So this could change. This is how I feel, and I have most of this except for I need to top up on salad. So tomorrow beans, it's going to be Monday. I'm just doing fish, chips and peas. Not sure if it's going to be mushy peas or frozen peas. It could be mushy peas because hubby prefers mushy peas when he's going to have fish. My son will have chicken because he don't tend to eat fish. Tuesday I've got down as minted lamb burgers, mash and beans or peas. This is where Wednesday, this part here, either here or there, I have got to go and pick my prescription up. I'm waiting on Boots to contact me to say that my medication is ready. And before anybody says, I have inquired a number of times, even at the start of the lockdown. In between, they refuse to deliver it due to the fact that although I'm sort of semi-high risk, I am not got heart problems, no cancer, and because of my age, they won't deliver it. So yeah, so I still have to go out, and I have done with the full lockdown, to go and get my prescription. But where my prescription picked up, there's the store for the fresh fruit and veg. So that's where I want to get more salad stuff. So that's why it sort of goes into more salad as you get through the week. So Wednesday, hopefully it's going to be jacket potatoes and salad and probably grated cheese, cooked meats, that sort of thing, if I've gone to get my prescription. Chicken wraps on Thursday, probably the fajita ones. Again, that's if on Wednesday I've managed to get the more of the salad stuff, so we could have that. Friday I'll put it down as a roast dinner. So we can have all the fresh vegetables and potatoes and everything. Like I said, and I keep saying it, it could change. Saturday, now we've had a barbecue, I have put question mark for barbecue because I understand my son has taken Saturday off holiday, so he should be off Friday and Saturday. He should have been off Sunday because he was going to have a 3-day weekend, but he's having to work. They've started, they haven't even gave him, I don't think it works out 3 weeks notice actually. It's only about 2 weeks notice. He has got to work, yeah, not even 2 weeks. He has got to work on the Sunday. So, as he would have had a 3-day a week. But he wants the following Sunday off. If he was working this coming Sunday, he could have next Sunday off, being it's his birthday. So he prefers to do that way, even though he's still got Friday and Saturday off. That also comes into play also who's at home. So barbecue and salad, possibly Saturday. I don't have to cook that one. If anything, I just lay out the food, hubby cooks it, probably prepare salad. You know, it's one meal hubby cooks. He cooks steak because he does his steak sauce most of the time, and barbecue is the two main meals he does. And then on Sunday, because don't tend to have roast dinner on a Sunday now, I've put, because I'm not sure what's happening this weekend, well next week, well this weekend coming, clarified because it is Sunday today, I've put pasta, meatballs and mash because hubby doesn't eat pasta, so he has his with mashed potato. So I think that's it. I was going to do a naughty menu, which might be on Friday. It came up a mixed grill, you know, like a brunch, but it'll be for dinner. Things like ash brownies, bacon, sausage, tomatoes. Try and go for toast rather than fried bread. Obviously, because I grill quite a lot of this. And some, as I said, probably we'll have ash brownies, but my son doesn't eat ash brownies, so he'll probably have wedges. And hubby doesn't eat eggs, but I do, and so does my son, so I might even be able to have a fried egg. So I haven't written down, so I have got a backup plan. It could be any time because I've got everything for that mixed grill, so it could be instead of the roast dinner. But as I said, a lot of these will hopefully be with either vegetables or salad, and after each meal as well, if not after the meal for supper, they have sounds strange, they have the cereal for supper instead of breakfast, but they have their fruit as well. Everybody has their fruit. So I'm trying to obviously incorporate being healthy, and do not judge, because I know a lot of this is probably not healthy, but it depends what I've got. And as I said, it also depends on getting out to get that salad stuff. My son may be having maybe half day or something, he doesn't know, round about here Tuesday or Wednesday, so that might make it a little bit easier, I don't know, but I'm not banking on it because he is really busy. So that is my meal planning, and what I tend to do is I've got that little blackboard, and sometimes after I've worked this out, because sometimes I do this after my food shop has been delivered, I make some sort of notes when I'm doing my shopping online, or just after, so I know roughly that I've got at least 7 meals, 7 complete meals, and a couple of backups, especially when it wasn't locked down. So if something come up, or had an appointment, or I was out for the day, don't know about anybody else, the last thing you want to do is, after being out all day, is come home and spend ages cooking. So yeah, so usually at least 7 meals, and then maybe a couple of backups as well. So that is the meal planning. I mean, I don't know if anybody else does it any different or whatever. Things to do today, I have scribbled down quite a few. Now, I am not going to judge myself if I do not get all this done, maybe even half. Some things are can be pretty quick. Other things I would have to wait on other family members, but you'll see as I'm going through it. Again, it's coming down to weather, how hot it is, and how I'm feeling on the day. So I am not actually stipulating what I'm going to do each day. Mondays is always what I call a catch-up reset day. As you probably understand, that's things from the weekend. So things I've got down that I'm hoping to accomplish. If I can accomplish, I would say, half of this week, I will be a happy bunny. Some of them might only be, and I come down to this, might be that, but it will involve probably half a day even. So I've got weeding front garden. I want to do that gradually, a little bit each day. I still haven't done the curtain in my cubby shelf. I've got the material, it's down here still, so it's still in my eye shot, so I know it's there. The other one is the curtains for the cubby. That's the curtains for cubby holes, and the tumble dryer for the kitchen and dining room. There's the material for that one. Yep. Clean under bed. I have put that one off for over a week now. Our bedroom is the only floor that's laminated, and I really need to get everything else there. The only problem is one of the boxes is quite heavy. It's because I got my big box with the red lid. It's a really large one. It has all my Christmas wrapping paper and everything in, and yeah, I could put some of those slidey things underneath. I think that's what I probably will consider, so it doesn't catch the floor, so I can just sort of slide it out the bed and do the bed under the bed. That has to be either done early on in the day or when it's cool, because it's just too warm up there. This is what I mean by it could take hours, it could not take that long. I've got clean upstairs, clean downstairs, pick up prescription. And that's when I said I'm hoping to go and get fruit and salad and vegetables, that sort of thing there. Laundry will be ongoing all week. As I said, I've got my washing machine going at the moment. I've got 2 bags of pieces in cubby to organise. I still got some of my boxes I want to go through, but I've left that. It's those 2 bags I need to go through. Pull out furniture in dining room and clean. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to get done today due to the fact that it being hot. Also, with having visitors for part of the day for the barbecue. Because some of the stuff was going to be outside, out of the dining room, that would have been the ideal time to have done that, but it's too hot. And also, if I want to pull the dining room table and chairs out, really I need a family member available to help me with the table. Paint fence. This has been on my list for a while, but with all the fluff, it hasn't happened. So I'm hoping that's going to ease up so I can get the fencing painted, at least the inside of the fence started in the back. Bark, etc. under kitchen window. That is, so I'm carrying on with the weeding. That's more to do with when the guys are around, or at least hubby, because some slabs have got to come up for that one. Food delivery / put shopping through online. I think this week I am still going to, if I can get a slot, get my main Iceland shop delivered, depending on what room I've got in my freezer. As I said, because of tomorrow being Monday the 15th of June, I know the lockdown's easing a bit in some shops and stores. I'm trying to stay away to be safe, but also I'm waiting until my prescription is due to be picked up. But I'm on the fence whether it's going to be really busy and people are going to flock to the shops where I can't be doing with the hustle. Excuse me, the hustle and bustle and the queuing. I don't mind queuing for medication because that's a must, but I think I might wait till it eases off. Also, as you know, I keep a shop wish list, but I don't know if people are going to feel the same. I have done now a couple of months without actually majorly going shopping, except for complete necessities, food. And I don't know if anybody else is in the same boat, that you manage 2 months or whatever. I know it's bad for the economy and everything, but certain things, do I really need any more clothing? Unless I know I want some like pyjama black lounge pants and everything, because I've got 2 in my box, another video I haven't done yet of stuff that's leaving the home. That's something, I think that's the only thing on my clothing list at the moment, because certain things like summery stuff, luckily I bought after the season last year. So yeah, like all those vest tops I showed you, some pyjamas and everything, and say shorts and everything, I got all those sort of pieces, so I'm set. And as we've not been able to go away, and I think this is the problem with a lot of people and going abroad, how busy are the shops going to be? Is it a case that people are going to miss the shopping and want to go out? If anything, my shopping needs will be more like decor, really need paint and that sort of thing. Probably more maybe B&M or B&Q, that sort of place. I'll be more, sometimes also Wilko's. It's paint. I think it's the materials. Hubby wants to replace the, I haven't put it on here because that's more hubby's list, although sometimes I put them on my list, is he wants to replace the roofing on his shed. He's done mine. Mine was done before the lock-up, I keep saying lock-up, I'm thinking of the caravan, before the lockdown. And then BBQ closed. I know they've opened again, and his didn't get done. So yeah, right, so crafts I put in, because was it a week ago now I did do my Christmas card here. and I really love that. I want to do another one of those. So I'm not sure if people are interested in, because obviously I've showed one, but I want to get some more cards done as well. And that comes down to one that's further down, and I'll come that. Pink baskets in cubby. I've got 3 empty baskets that I want to organise. This is where the cards and crafts come in. Father's Day. Father's Day is coming up, and this might also come in with effect from picking up prescription. I try and link 2-3 things, especially again before lockdown, so we wasn't backtracking all around town, especially when I had hubby being chauffeur. We sort of worked out our route to get everything done, so you're not backwards and forwards and wasting fuel and time. Father's Day's coming up. Mother's Day sort of went to pot because of the lockdown. So yeah, I need to get cards, even if we actually post them through the doors. I know one of them I can't because they're not anywhere near us, but is post it through the letterbox, get to the end of the drive, you know, knock on the door or text, and sort of wish him happy Father's Day from the end of the drive, if that makes sense. So that's what might happen. Don't really want to do it on Sunday, that's the only problem, because I like hubby to have a relaxing day. Because I did put down meatballs for Sunday, didn't I? So again, I don't know whether the meal will change. I did say to him, because I know he's not my father, but I always spoil hubby on Father's Day. But I haven't been anywhere. I haven't got him anything. I mean, I know our youngest son's bought him Sonic, the DVD. But it's admittedly he doesn't need anything at the moment, so I'm not quite sure. You know, anything to do. It's that cook him a nice meal, try and let him have some chill out time if I can, but we shall see. So I have to think about Father's Day, and that's why I've put Father's Day. It was going to be Father's Day planning, but I'm talking about cards and everything. This one here is a biggie. This one I wanted to allow a whole week for. Work on kitchen and have a plan. I keep coming back to my kitchen. It's my least favourite room of the house. It is an older kitchen. It does need replacing. Can't afford to do it. And some of the appliances obviously will need changing. Wanted freestanding appliances and just have eventually the units. So we shall see. But at the moment I've got some gloss, and I want to get the tiles cleaned, maybe the grouting redone. I know you can buy those white pens. Again, that's something I need to put on my shopping list. Clean bedding on both beds. And yes, good old DVD shelves still haven't been done. Again, that is a day where it's not very nice out. So it may not be all this will be done, as I said. It depends on the day, depends on how I feel, depends on the weather. So that is these main 2 done, as I said. It may be a bit adventurous with a lot of those things, but the things are on the to-do list, and it doesn't matter if it takes a few weeks even. The main thing is to do something each day, a little something, and do my regular pieces, as I said, that I do every day to keep on top of everything. So do excuse, I noticed when I was videoing my hair was sticking up, but there you go. As I said, what you see is what you get. Sorry if I bored you to tears with this, but again, it's going into a bit more detail of how I keep organised. As I said, I find planning has always helped me, especially when I was working, and I presume a lot of mums, even dads, anybody actually, you know, whether it's schooling, whether it's parenting, working, keeping up to date with just everything in your life. I think planning does help me, and I'm sure it'll help you to, you know, get organised and just keep on top of everything and make sure you where you should be. That's the main thing. And as I said, this comes into effect mainly when I've got so many appointments, and when I was a carer also, I was juggling young family, home, work, and everything else that goes with it. So it's just continued, and as I said, planner, all my pads. Yeah, I'm just rabbiting now, aren't I? I am sorry if you've fallen asleep, but as I said, I think I can hear hubby staring. But this is the problem. It's kept me awake, and hopefully now have a bath, go and then get tea stroke supper, have a movie, and just try and keep awake. So there's my washing machine now. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.